say you're on your way. Why now? When you just went MIA. Message received.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Silky for those of you who are new, and for those of you who aren't, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a wig video. I constructed this wig, customized this wig, and laid it to the best of my ability. I haven't worn a wig with the lace in like a year, so not too much, okay? But I just wanted to show you guys how I achieved this look. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Okay, so this is how the packaging came, guys. From all my videos with Queen Weave Beauty, the packaging is always the same, so there's nothing really special, but I just wanted to show you guys how the closure looks like up close without any bleaching or construction, and how the bundles looks like without dyeing it. I did end up bleaching my knots and plucking the lace and also dyeing my bundles jet black, but I just wanted to show you guys beforehand. But yeah, Queen Weave Beauty sent me 4 bundles of their Brazilian straight in 24 inches and a 5x5 HD closure in 20 inches. For the closure, I decided to sew it down on the side part of the cap just because I wanted to always wear this wig in a side part. I don't really do middle parts, so that is why I am sewing it on the side. For this part, I'm gonna link a video that helped me because I don't know if I'll explain it properly, but basically you place the closure on the side that you want your closure to lay, and then you use a white marker to mark and indicate where you're going to sew it down, and then you sew the closure down to the cap. Be sure to leave some space of the closure above the wig cap. You don't want to start the closure directly where the wig cap starts, if that makes sense. But yeah, just move it down a little bit so it's above the cap, and then you start to sew it down. So that's what I did. Once again, I'm gonna leave a video in the description, or I'll put it on the screen somewhere so you guys can go watch that video after this video, because she explained it a little better than I did. I was a little confused, but then when I started doing it, it started to make sense. The white marker is definitely gonna help you in terms of indicating where exactly it's gonna lay on your head. Definitely get that when you're doing this process. A tip when sewing the closure down, you want to make sure there's no gaps or spaces. You want to make sure you sew it as flat as possible, because that's going to determine whether your wig stays flat as well. So just keep that in mind. I forgot to mention, when you're sewing on the band part, do not sew directly through the band. When you're sewing at the band part, you want to make sure you sew through the closure and then sew through that light piece of material that is above the band. If you go through the band, it might make your wig fit tighter than it needs to be, so make sure to keep that in mind. Don't go all the way through the band, but just sew through the material that is on top of the band. After sewing my closure down, this is how it looks like. So you guys can see that my closure is laying above the band. Like, you can see the band under the lace. So that's what I meant by that. But I just wanted to show you guys how it looks like. It looks very secure and laid and sewed down. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the results of that. But yeah, now we're going to move on to sewing down the bundles. Okay, so with that same white eyeliner or white marker, you're gonna want to take it and start measuring 1 inch increments of where you're gonna lay your bundles. So I started above the band and I just measured 1 inch. I used the little space on my index finger that I showed you guys, and I just used that because apparently that's like an inch, whatever, I don't know. But I just, you can use a ruler too, I think that's better. But just measure 1 inch and start drawing lines across your cap, and then these are going to indicate where you're going to lay your bundles. I find that this helps because if you don't have like a measurement guideline or whatever, you may sew too much bundles onto your wig cap and then it can look bulky, or the bundles won't lay evenly on the cap. I didn't used to do this method and my wigs used to be a little bit more bulky, but now that I do, I think this is better. As you get to the top, the lines are going to be shorter and shorter. For example, at the closure, obviously the line is going to be not as long because you're working with less space. But yeah, that's about it for that. And like I said, that guideline is really going to help you. When it comes to sewing on the bundles, I double wefted the first 2 to 3 bundles. So I'm just going to start at the white line. Only time I sew through my weft is when I'm starting a bundle and flipping over a bundle. Otherwise, I'm just sewing under the tracks. So, but as you guys can see here, I'm just laying the tracks along the guideline and starting to sew down the tracks. And then after I started the track, I'm just sewing under the weft onto the guideline, obviously following the guideline. But like I said, I'm just going to do this process all throughout the wig until I get to near the top, and that's when I'm going to stop doubling the track and start using single tracks. Like when I get to the end, when it's time to flip over, I once again sew through the weft because like I said, I only sew through the weft when I start and flip over a bundle, and then I just go through and then I just repeat the same process until I get all the way to the top. Sewing is very redundant and repetitive. You just do the same thing over and over and over and over again until you get to the top. But once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. Like I said, it's very repetitive. But yeah, just remember these simple rules. When you're starting the track, sew through the weft just to make sure it's secure. And when you're flipping over the track, sew through the weft to make sure it's secure. Other than that, you can sew under the track and onto your wig cap following the guidelines. I'm just repeating myself because I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm trying to like repeat myself in the most simplest way possible so that you guys can understand. But yeah, I'm just going to show you guys how I sew my wigs down. But yeah, I'm just going to show you guys the process of me sewing so you guys can see. I feel like looking at it is better than explaining, but I'll come back when I get to the top. So when I got to the top, I laid one track to close out the wig and connect the wig to the closure. You guys can see my guidelines in the back. I didn't sew right at the edge of the closure on my guidelines. I left a little space so I can lay that track there. So that's basically what I'm doing, sewing through the closure and then sewing underneath the track, and that is going to connect the closure to the track and make the blend from the closure to the rest of the wig more seamless. When I finish, you guys will see how it all looks like. I close it out by just double knotting when I'm finished with sewing down everything. And yeah, everything is connected, and we can move on to tinting the lace and styling this wig. For tinting the lace, I mix 70% rubbing alcohol with my liquid foundation, and I just put that into a spray bottle and mix it together, and I get the perfect lace tint for my complexions. I'll have another video from when I did it a long time ago linked, so you guys can go to that one for, I guess, specific instructions. Finally, we can talk about styling and installing this hair. Like, you guys, this video has been so long. Editing me right now is tired of editing this video, but I'm not going to talk about installing the hair because you guys can see what I'm doing and I don't really do anything special. I'm going to talk about the quality of the hair though. I know you guys saw in the beginning of the clip, like, this lace is chef's kiss. Like, I was actually surprised. I didn't think the lace would be that good of a quality. When I bleached it, it took the bleach so well. That made me hyped because I was like, okay, this install might eat. And yeah, I'm just surprised at how well the knots bleached on this lace. I mean, the knots were tiny to begin with, so I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. The closure is very good quality. I only bleached it once and it was able to really take the bleach and lighten the knots so I can be able to tint it and, you know, wear this closure without too much of a hassle. So I really appreciate that. When it comes to Queen Weave Beauty, I know I've done several videos. If you're not new to my channel, you know I've done several videos on their hair. They're one of the best virgin hair companies out there. If you're looking to invest in some virgin hair bundles, I definitely recommend them. Their bundles will last you a long time. All the previous times I've worked with them, the bundles I have are still in good quality. I still rewear them from time to time and they never give me any problems. I always recommend all my friends and family to Queen Weave Beauty. I have no problem recommending them to you all. I feel like they sell quality bundles at an affordable price. I actually bought their Brazilian straight bundles a long time ago, back when I was in college. They lasted me a good 4 to 5 years, like, and I dyed, bleached, did everything with those bundles, and I had bought those with my own money. So all my hair videos on this channel, most of them are from Queen Weave Beauty, so I have nothing but good things to say about them. So if you're looking for some great quality bundles, some great virgin hair bundles, definitely check out Queen Weave Beauty. Definitely check out their closures and their lace fronts too, because I was actually shocked. This is my first time trying their closure, and they honestly surprised me. So I'll have all the specifications of this wig and everything, all the links in the description, so if you're interested, definitely check that out. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much. I've been talking throughout this whole video. I know y'all are tired of hearing my voice. Y'all are just gonna see me continuing to style this wig. I ended up not doing baby hairs because I just didn't want that look anymore. But yeah, I'm just gonna shut up now and let you guys watch the remaining of this video. Okay guys, this is the final look. Let me know what you guys think of everything. I'm gonna stand up or show you guys footage of the full length so you guys can see. It's a long 24 inches. Like I'm gonna cut it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna chop it. Let me know what you guys think of this video, of this hair, of my wig slaying capabilities. I tried my best. Like I feel like the lace is still kind of detectable, but not as like, but it's not like glaringly detectable, so I'll take that. Considering the fact that I don't use glue, I'll take it. But I'm in love with the way the wig came out. I'm actually genuinely surprised that I got it to be this flat and like just this laid. Like, who am I hope this video helped in some way, shape, or form. If you have any questions, because I know this video is kind of like ghetto, but if you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to answer it for you. But yeah, if you guys are interested in this hair, all the specifications and everything will be in the description. This is it for the video. Let me know what you guys think and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
Ooh.